This is a short tutorial and quick start reference about the first page you'll see after you log into instantiate.io. And what does this all mean? You can see the page is roughly divided into 4 sections. 1, name of your idea in image. 2, where you type in ideas for the AI. 3, the list of tools for your startup plans by category. And 4, if you have no results for a tool, there is a short getting started guide. Probably the first thing you would want to do is fill in the project name and image, and then read the brief getting started guide. The Getting Started Guide covers the menu options, the categories of the startup plan tools, and tips to get more out of Instantiate. Now let's look at a more detailed breakdown of the interface and menus. We'll start with 1, 2, and 3. 1, upload the image in the upper left-hand corner. If you have not uploaded an image before, then you will see an image placeholder. You can either upload an image or use the default images that appear with the app. Number 2, you edit your project and app name. They might be the same thing, but usually the project is a little bit more general and the name is more precise to the business you're doing. And 3, that's the name of the tool that you're currently in. Now let's look at 4, 5, and 6. 4 is the prompt settings and global prompt settings. We'll take a look at that in a moment. 5 allows you to clear the input prompt if there's already something in it and you just want it cleared. And 6 is to change theme, to log out, or to find some other options that are global, such as doing a backup. This is what I was talking about on the startup settings. If you click that in the interface, then you can put some different settings that would appear on all of your prompts. And that just tells the AI a little bit more about what type of business you're trying to develop here. So it will be more customized all the time. This is optional, and you can even just put this information in the prompt itself if you wanted. Let's look at some more of these. Next, we have the input prompt itself, number 7. That's where you put in the text for the AI. Number 8 is where you're going to hit go to send the text to the AI and get a result. Number 9 is something that's still experimental, but it allows you to do multiple queries. Usually it's better just to stay with one query because it's faster. We're still experimenting with this. I usually keep it just on the default fastest setting. Now, next, we go to the tab down below where it says AI results. And that's where you're going to get the initial results back from the AI as these cards that you see down below. Number 11, we see saved. That's your saved list because you can save the results. And when you do save it, then it will go in the saved list. Next, we have the top list tab. When you are in your saved list and you pick top picks in there, then it shows up in this list. Top picks. And this just allows you to save something and toggle back and forth between whether that's one of your top picks or not. And the reason why that's important is because the top picks will automatically show up in your startup plan. So sometimes you want to save something, but you don't want it in your startup plan for some reason. You would just leave it in saved. But if you want it in your startup plan, then you click top pick and it'll show up in the top list. And lastly, number 13, this is where you can actually review your startup plans for each tool when you're in the tool. Also from this page, you can also go to the comprehensive startup plan, which actually just aggregates all the plans from all the tools that you've worked on. This is a screenshot of the next tool, and the input box is a little bit different. One thing to note is that if you are in the very first business ideas tool that we were just looking at before this, it will not be pre-filled in like this. Nothing is auto-filled in the very first input box for your business ideas. However, this is going to be different in the other tools. The other tools leverage your previous results to add a default entry into the prompt box most of the time. Most of the tools are auto-filled with your top picked business ideas, and you can select any of those in the select box. Next, let's look at 14. We have prompt history. This will keep a history of all the prompts that you've put in. There may be times where you want to go back to a prompt that you used before. And number 15 is topics. Topics are extra tips and extra topics just related specifically to that tool that may help you get more out of that tool. Next, we look at number 16 on the far left, where we have progress. And progress indicates in each category of tools how much of your startup plan you've filled out. These numbers indicate a percentage of how much has been completed. Obviously, when you start out, you won't have anything, so it'll be blank. And number 17, we see down below, this is the list of tools by category. So in this case, we have Biz, which is the business category, and these are tools in the business category. If you scroll down in the left column, you will get marketing, finance, user experience, and dev. One thing to note here is that you can fold the category in and out so that you can see the tools, or you can make it so that the tools don't show up as just a category name. That's number 18. Number 19 is where you can copy for each result card that comes up. You can copy the text. You may want to do that if you're copying it into a business plan or a startup plan in another application, or you may even want to just copy it to put it into your input prompt. Number 20 is where you can save this to your saved list. This will toggle on and off. And number 21, you can remove the entire result. In 22, the text label is wrong, but that just refers to all the other tools available to click on. Next, we'll get into some more additional pages of interest. Now let's look at a more detailed breakdown of the interface and menus for manual backup. This is manual backup, and this allows you to save data to your device or restore data from your device as a file. There are instructions here on how to use it. I'm not going to go into detail now, but we'll probably have a separate video for this. This is what the startup plans look like. And again, this is the comprehensive startup plan that basically takes all your top picks from each tool and puts it together into one document. If you do all the tools in the startup plan, if you do all the tools that we have, you're going to probably end up with a 50 to 75 page document. You can also export as Markdown. Next, you can export to Google Drive and Google Docs. And the way we do that with this is you do have to log in with Google. Once you've logged in, you will export your full startup plan to Google Drive. It will be in HTML format. And then that will be saved as HTML. And then there's a one button click on Google Drive to transfer that to Docs. And then you will have the Google document of all your startup plans. And you can edit and format that however you wish. And that is it. I hope this has been helpful. And we'll probably do more of these.